Man, look, I'm gonna keep it all the way tall with y'all, man. I originally made this video expressing concern for Diddy, just because like I felt like too many people was bringing up old stuff that they participated in. You know what I'm saying? Like you did all this stuff, you participated in all this stuff, and then when your career ain't go where you wanted it to go, now you up trying to sue, trying to get money, and trying to send people to jail. But then I looked into that case. That case is current, man. The boy is under 5 years. You know what I'm talking about? This happened. It began in 2022. You know what I'm saying? So it's current. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really just look at bro sideways. Now some of the stuff I can say, like, bro, you stuck around after that, but bro was gathering evidence. He knew what move he was about to make, man. If you ain't read this case and you just don't really like to read like me, because I don't really like to read. First of all, I don't got my glasses, so I really can't see. I need to go pick them up from Stanton Optical on the cool, but I really can't see that good. Then I'm a bit like if I lose my place in the sentence, I might say a word wrong or I might skip a word, but I can actually read. I'm actually good at reading, you know what I'm talking about? And I can comprehend, and I have a good vocabulary, you know what I'm talking about? But at the same time, if you one of the people that don't like reading like I am, then I'm basically going over the case right now. Then this is pages 1 through 19. It's 73 pages. I'm going through the first 20 right now. We're gonna break this down in pieces. We're gonna go through the first 20, we're gonna go through another 20, then we're gonna go through another 20, then we're gonna go through 13. You know what I'm talking about? So we going to the end with this, cause hey bro, when I tell you wild, hey, it's wild. It's wild. But check it out though. Uncle User TV, what's the math on it? I got half on it. Now, I don't like to read. I can read, but I don't like to read. So that's why I ain't looked into this case yet. But let's see what's going on. Let's see what really happened. All right, check. So this the whole PDF. Okay, plaintiff Rodney Jones versus Sean Combs, Justin Dior Combs, that's his son, Ethiopia, whatever her last name is, Lucian Grange, Christina Coram, Chalice Recording Studios, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Combs Global Enterprises, John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10, and ABC Corporations 1 through 10. That's a lot of people. It looked like Buddy trying to get that bag. Jurisdiction of venue, parties. They got pictures of Diddy, his son. Buddy suing everybody. What happened? Let's figure out what happened. Mr. Jones is considered a musical prodigy. His talents have led him to produce and create a commercial marketplace for music that has been recorded by some of the most prestigious and highly acclaimed artists in the music industry. So that's who Rod Jones, Lil Rod. I don't even know who the brother is, but it'd be a lot of producers that we don't know that be making stuff happen in the music industry that we don't never know, but they be having that bag behind the scenes. All right, let's make this a little bigger because I'm not wearing my glasses. All right. Throughout the duration of his career, Mr. Jones has worked the south side of the Chicago music scene, playing with the following legendary greats: Georgia Mass Choir, I done heard of them, my grandma be talking about them. Donald Lawrence, the Clark Sisters, my grandma be talking about them. And the Smokey Norfolk. On or about August 22nd, Mr. Jones received a call from Mr. Combs, requesting that he produce several songs on a rhythm and blues album titled The Love Album Off the Grid. Mr. Jones agreed, and his life has been detrimentally impacted ever since. What year was this? Oh, that was August 22, 2022. Cool. Okay, so 2 years ago, roughly. All right, so 2 years ago, you get a call from Diddy that impacts your life. Right? All right, check. Let's see what else happened. From September 2022 to November 2023, Mr. Jones, Lil Rod, produced 9 songs on Mr. Combs' Love album. Mr. Jones lived with Mr. Combs. Shit, that's where he messed up. With Mr. Combs for months at a time, spending holidays, birthdays, and missing major family events. Yeah, I mean, if that's what it required and you doing it for your career, you didn't have to though, just to be honest. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer on the Love album. The claims raised in his complaint have been corroborated through witness statements, video and audio recordings, and images that Mr. Jones has in his possession. Oh, he got images. Oh, Diddy, he got images. Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to record him constantly. On several occasions, Mr. Combs took Mr. Jones' cell phone and began recording himself. As a result, Mr. Jones has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio. Man, that's a lot of footage. Combs of this stabbing his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. You got this boy recording you doing crimes. Has secured irrefutable evidence. Irrefutable, that means you can't even argue with it. The acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms, and the display and distribution of unregistered illegal firearms. Wow. So he got footage and audio recordings of all this boy distributing. Wow. And GHB, that's a date rape drug, ain't it? I heard GHB was a date rape drug. What you doing giving out date? Let me find out you date raping people, bro. I had made a video in Puffy's defense, but I decided to come look at the case before I dropped that. So here we have it. And now I'm kind of taking back some of the stuff I said. Kind of. Mr. Combs providing laced alcoholic beverages to minors. Oh, wow. And sex workers at his homes in California, New York, and the U.S. Virgin Islands and Florida. Wow. You giving laced alcohol to minors, bro? Oh, no, you going to jail. You going to jail. You going to jail, bro. Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Coram, instructing her staff to retrieve drugs so she can provide it to Mr. Combs for his consumption. Christian Combs drugging and sexually assaulting women. That's his son? Drugging and sexually assaulting a woman. That's his son? Hold up. What's Buddy's name again? Let's go back up. Justin. Who is Christian Combs then? Justin Dior Combs. Who is Christian Combs? Did I miss something? I don't know. I think I might be a tad bit dyslexic a little bit. So y'all just bear with me. Because they lost me with that. Where I was at. Christian Combs drugging it. Who is Christian Combs? Whatever. We'll come back to that. I'll figure that out. Mr. Combs detailing how he planned to leverage his relationship with Mr. T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image of Cassie Ventura's lawsuit. He was going to use T.D. Jakes to soften his image on that case. Wow. He got him on tape saying that? That's wild. Young Miami's cousin and or assistant sexually assaulting Mr. Jones. Ooh, he got assaulted. He got sexually assaulted. Actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually harassing and assaulting Mr. Jones. Well, why didn't you tell then, though? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you tell then? You got to tell stuff like that right away, bro. Like, I don't know. Y'all be sticking around and see what y'all career gonna do, and when y'all career don't do what it's supposed to do and you get shelved, then you want to tell. That was my argument on the original video that I made. Like, bro, did your career fail and now you want to tell? I don't know. So I'm glad I read this though, but wow, Cuba Gooding Jr. out here taking something that's crazy, bro. Trey, what you think Ricky would think about that, bro? What would Ricky think if he knew you was out here taking something, bro? That's wow. That's wow. Rapper redacted on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls, sex workers, and R&B singer redacted. Okay, so they taking names out. And Mr. Combs, Los Angeles, consorting with underage girls. Ooh, so they took some names out. Who is these people? I want to know who it is. Who is them? Okay, Chalice Recording Studio shooting. Who got shot? Oh man, this is juicy. USA. Hold up, it's a lot of stuff I missed. I'm gonna have to start doing my math on everything, bro, because I don't be liking to read. Reading is fundamental, by the way, children. Hey, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Talk about it with me in the comments too. But this is juicy. You hear me? Hey, they got tea right now. This is tea. You hear me? I don't know about September 12th. 2022, Mr. Combs held a writers and producers camp at Chalice Recording Studios at 845 Highland Avenue, Los Angeles, California, 90038. Present at his camp were Mr. Combs, his son Justin, and Justin's friend named G. Mr. G is a 30-year-old tall African-American male. In addition to these individuals, other musicians were present at the camp. This writer has spoken to several musicians who attended the camp. One evening during this camp, Mr. Combs, Jay Combs, and G were in a heated conversation. That conversation was moved out of the studio and into a restroom adjacent to where Mr. Combs was sitting. Mr. Jones was approximately 2 feet away from the bathroom when gunshots rang out. Mr. Jones recalls hearing multiple gunshots. Oh. Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Oh, that's Meek Mill. Assaulting a billionaire. Who assaulted a billionaire? Who could that be? I know who that first person is. A Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. We all know that's Meek. That's Meek. Who beat up a billionaire, man? Let me know in the comments who beat up a billionaire. I need to know who that is. State of shock and fear that he would be shot next. Mr. Jones genuinely believed that he would be shot through the door due to how close he was. After the shooting ended, a crowd gathered around the restroom. When the door finally opened, Mr. Combs and Jay Combs exited. G was lying on the restroom floor in a fetal position, holding his stomach and bleeding out of his leg and hip area. Everyone stood around looking upon G. Frustrated by the lack of aid to G, Mr. Jones dropped everything and ran to G and immediately began placing pressure on G's gunshot wound to his stomach. Oh, he shot him in the stomach. As he was applying pressure on his stomach, Mr. Jones realized that G was gushing blood from another area near his leg/hip. He decided to lift G and placed him to sit on the toilet. Mr. G asked the crowd to call the ambulance. Mr. Jones did, my bad. Mr. Jones lifted G and brought him to the ambulance at the studio front. At this time, Mr. Combs and Justin disappeared to another part of the studio, so they ducked off and went to another side. Mr. Combs gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. He told him, he made him lie. He made him lie. Look, man, shot outside. This the report from when it happened. Wow, he made him lie. Mr. Jones had several corroborating witnesses who spoke with this writer anonymously due to fear of retaliation from Mr. Combs. They have agreed to speak publicly when subpoenaed. Man, they got Puffy got people shook out here, bro. Oh man, bro, you going to jail? Diddy, you going to jail, man? I was kind of feeling bad for you, but bro, you been out here tweaking, man. Mr. Jones, and the fact that he got audio recordings and videos of all this stuff and corroborate. I can't even say. Well, I can't say that. Corroborating witnesses. I said it that time. He has corroborating witnesses, meaning that's people that saying the same thing he's saying. You know what I'm saying? They agreeing with what he's saying. Like they stories just lining up. He got that. He got that. Come on, Diddy. The clothing he wore that day and believes it still may have the DNA, the stains and DNA of G's blood. Screenshots of the aftermath of the restaurant where G was shot. One of them shot him or his son. Clearly, G was not shot outside of the studio as Mr. Combs instructed his team to report to law enforcement. Wow. Mr. Combs and defendant LR, MR, UMG, and CRS provided private security for the writers' camp at defendant CRS. Diddy going to jail. The security was porous and lackluster at best. I don't even know what that word means, but somebody tell me in the comments. I could Google it, but I'm gonna let y'all tell me in the comments. All right, do that for me. The fact that either Mr. Combs and J. Combs were allowed to enter CRS with guns and those guns were not confiscated by security is a clear breach of duty by Mr. Combs' defendants to protect Mr. Jones and the other attendees of this writers' camp. So they supposed to be protecting Lil Rod and the other attendees, but they didn't because they let these boys in here with pistols, basically is what they saying. As a result of this shooting, Mr. Jones is severely traumatized. Mr. Jones now suffers from PTSD, severe anxiety, depression, and insomnia. That's all the things somebody suffer for when they want some money. You know what I'm talking about? Say. That's what you suffer from when you want some money. You hear me? It's different. The money will ease that pain. You feel me? Wow. He was sexually harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs, and he ain't tell that right away. You ain't fight him. Let's see what happened. Throughout his time living with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones was the victim of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. That's not funny, but he should have got out of it then. That's the only reason I chuckle, because you let him? You ain't leave? Like right away, bro. It's time to go. I'm going public with this, bro. Bro, just grab me. But I can't. I guess he started recording then, though. So I don't know. I guess he played it smart. I don't know. He went after that bag, man, but that's wild. Diddy, that's what you doing? You grabbing this word right here? You grabbing that? That's crazy. You grabbing that? That's wild. These events took place in LA, New York, and Florida. Cross country grabbing it too. That's crazy. And the United States, ooh. He went out on the water with it. In addition to the unsolicited and unauthorized touching, Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Mr. Combs walked around naked and showered in a clear glass enclosure. As a heterosexual Christian man, Mr. Jones was uncomfortable with Mr. Combs' advances and expressed his discomfort to Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Karam. He told her, complain with, Sean will be Sean. You get hit with the Sean will be Sean. Also attempted to downplay Mr. Combs' groping of Mr. Jones, this word and this word, as friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing that he likes you. Duh. Yeah, he like you, but he like you in a way that you don't like that he like you. You know what I'm saying? That's what's cold. Am I blocking some of the words? Yeah, I'm blocking some of it. Let me move that a little bit. Let me make myself smaller. Despite these assurances, on several occasions when Mr. Combs began to undress and walk around his house naked, KK would say, "Okay, I am leaving now," and she would disappear. Oh, she'll dip. KK's his hypocrisy is breathtaking at best, or enabling at worst. Wow. So she down with it. As soon as he start to get as soon as he get to acting like that, she dip because she know, that ain't her type of vibe. But she leave you to deal with that. That's for you. That ain't for me. I'm gone. All right. See y'all later. I don't want to be a witness to this, but still, you still a witness though, cause you seen it and you downplayed it, so you still a witness. Mr. Jones believes that KK aided and abetted Mr. Combs' sexual assault of him and was working with Mr. Combs to groom him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Whoa, that's true. That's what it sounds like with what he's saying. And the fact that it just happened, like, okay, at first I was like, I don't want to hear nobody coming like 20 years later after your career ain't take off, and now you want to say something. That's what type of time I was on at first. But listen to the bro story, he current. He current. Through these sexually deviant acts, one would say Mr. Combs has a pattern and practice of engaging in such nefarious activity. This ongoing conduct shows that Mr. Combs cannot be rehabilitated. Whoa, they saying he gone. He gone. Man, this a lot. This a lot. They mentioned Stevie J name. What's going on with Stevie? Mr. Combs was aware that Mr. Jones looked up to and idolized music producer Stephen Aaron Jordan, Stevie J. Stevie J is an American DJ, record producer, and television personality. Yeah, we know who Stevie J is. Stevie J was a part of the Bad Boy Records production team, The Hitmen. In 1997, Stevie J won a Grammy Award for his work on Puff Daddy's debut album. Throughout the late 1990s, Stevie J produced for several artists, including Mariah Carey, Tevin Campbell, the Notorious B.I.G., 112, Jodeci, Faith Evans, Jay-Z, and Eve. Stevie J was one of the producers on the Love album. Okay, so he in the mix. You know what I'm saying? We know he been in the... Oh, wow, what's that? What's this? No, Mr. Combs used access to Stevie J and his knowledge of Mr. Jones' admiration of Stevie J to groom and entice Mr. Jones and to engage into that. Mr. Combs went so far as to share a video of Stevie J. Oh, man. Oh, man. Even Stevie J is doing it. That's crazy. Promised to make sure that he win producer of the year. Oh no. I am flabbergasted. Whoa. On this Thanksgiving Day, 2022, that was 2 years ago, Mr. Jones was in Mr. Combs' house located in Miami, Florida. Young Miami and her female cousins were also present. Mr. Combs was intoxicated and offered to Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones rejected him and proceeded to walk to the restroom. While using the restroom, young Miami's cousin burst into the group and Mr. Jones sent her in there to... As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and, oh, wow. exited the bathroom. She proceeded to follow him. Damn. That's crazy. Wow. This case crazy. He was forced to. Hey, man, this is wild. This is wild, bro. Oh man. Yeah, Diddy, you after being drugged, what? Hold on, man. This a lot going on, bro. This is wild. Mr. Jones believes Mr. Combs drugged him, waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. He was in bed with two sex workers and Mr. Combs. Oh man. Wandering around the house with no clothes on. Wow. Did he drugged him? Asked Mr. Jones to enter the studio bathroom. He asked him for $100 bill because he wanted to do some. Mr. Jones was scared, but luckily he didn't have $100 bill, so Mr. Combs waited a little later with young Miami. Later that evening, he required Mr. Jones to booby trap on the river located at 3615 Northwest South River Drive, Miami, Florida. So Mr. Combs engaged in, wow. Mr. Combs provided with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to the booby trap on the river as a signal to any that he approached that Mr. Combs was in town and he had sent Mr. Jones to recruit them. He had no desire. He used his power and influence to intimidate Mr. Jones. Man, were accustomed to it. They know him. They know him. Apparently, they was accustomed to him sending people in there with the bad boy hat on, so they know he in town. Is going down by the sight of the bad boy baseball cap. Solicit. Man, from the paragraph. Yeah, he used his power. That's saying the same thing I just read. He promised ownership of his $20 million property. Grammy Producer of the Year, he offered him $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wanted. He promised him ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised access to record label executives like Lucian Charles Grange in Ethiopia, whatever her last name is. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening Mr. Jones with physical harm. Man, he go from, hey, buddy, wishy-washy. One minute he gonna give you the world, next minute he gonna take it from you. You know what I'm talking about? He gonna take you out of it. Mr. Combs threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face and informed Mr. Jones that he is willing to kill his mother, Janice Combs, if he must in order to get what he wants. So he would think twice to harm. So he wouldn't think twice to harm Mr. Jones. That is wow. That's crazy.